everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This is March's edition of Melts of the Month. And yes, I know I'm a couple of weeks late, but better late than never. In this video, I'm going to go over my favorite scents I melted throughout the month of March, all vendors included. So let's get started. I have a handful of items here that are empty and some that I'm still working through, but I still wanted to talk about these. Okay, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure from L3. I only have one more use out of this just about, and this is such an incredible scent, and I know why this is so popular. This is fruity and delicious and wonderful, and the notes actually are Mountain Dew, blue raspberry, and cherry icy. And with this one, I get a combination. And I've said, when I've talked about this one before, I don't get so much Mountain Dew in the wax because that's just a citrus note to me. I'm getting the cherry and the blue raspberry mixed. And it reminds me of just childhood and, lots of fun stuff. But this one is a great one. This is a powerhouse. It throws very, very well. And it lasts a really long time. So this one is a great one. That would be a repurchase for me. Let's stick with L3 because L3 is one of my favorite vendors, and I do have two. Let's see. I have a good bit of empties here too. Let me just keep the L3 here. Okay. Next scoop I have is today is October 3rd, and in my opinion, this is the best blend that she offers. Hands down, bar none, across the board. These notes, of course, if you haven't smelled this one, are Palo Santo, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Toasted Marshmallow. This is so good, and this is beautiful blended with anything. It's beautiful on its own, and let me tell you, this lasts all day long. The throw is incredible. It lingers in the air even after I turn my warmers off. I had this going in my kitchen. I had this going upstairs, whole home at one time. And I have a couple more scoops of this and a whole loaf. And I was debating on buying another little loaf in the pre-order, but I decided to try something I hadn't tried before. So this one, I'll tell you, even after I turn my warmers off, I can still smell this in the air the next morning. It's that good. I love this. If you haven't tried this yet, you're not going to be disappointed because it is just, there's something you can't put your finger on that is just so good, and I'm so happy that this is part of my wax world. So that is a definite repurchase. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Next is Scarecrow. Now this one made it to Melts of the Month because this one is Evenings in the Hamptons, which is such a beautiful, fragrant, pretty laundry scent. And Snow White's Downfall, which is apple. I'm not quite sure of the type of apple this is. It doesn't quite smell like Mac apple, but I don't know what type of apple it is. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I don't. I've tried to find it, but I can't. This is a long-lasting scent. A really strong throw to my nose. It performed well upstairs and downstairs in my house. I like this. This was a 4-pack of fluted tarts, and I get 16 melts out of this bag. And I've only used a couple of these because I'm kind of saving this for when it gets warmer outside. I get 16 melts out of a 4-pack of the fluted tarts, and I really, really, really like that. I really love L3. Next is VHS tapes. And I don't remember what notes are in here, but this is one of her yummy bakery vanilla blends. And this is great used on its own. This and Don't Cross Streams is another one of my favorite vanilla bakery that Jen offers. This made the list because I think this is a little bit more rich, and it's not just flat. I can still smell a little bit of it. It's not just flat vanilla. This is a more creamy, a more heartiness to it that really just bumps up the bakery factor with anything you blend it in. This is okay on its own, but it's almost better as a blender. Sorry. If I do cough on my videos, it is allergy time, and the wind's bad today, and it's just that time of year, so it is what it is. So I'm sorry. This is Naughty Nutcracker. These notes are roasted chestnuts, sweet maple, coffee, and vanilla. Let me tell you about this one. This made my list because if you watch my channel, you know I love coffee. And if you watch my channel also, you know I love coffee wax. So This one has a really beautiful balance of the chestnuts, the maple syrup, and the coffee. This was pleasantly, oh, I can still smell it in the bag. That maple just lingers, and it's so good too. It excuse me. It lingers, and it just fills the air with this yummy coffee but sweet coffee fragrance. This one I love. That was part of the Christmas sampler I got this past winter. And finally, strawberry zucchini bread. I've talked this one up and down. I love this scent. Oh, this is her strawberry, which is not quite as sweet as her strawberry jam, but it is still a wonderful berry sweet zucchini bread. This was a Bitty Betty loaf, and it is a non-stop performer. Excellent. I would buy this over and over and over again. That's all the L3 I have in the Melts of the Month for March. Melts of the Month for March. Oh, I lied. I have one more little sample bag. This one, peanut butter brown sugar pound cake. Now, this was a little sample that I got in the 50-piece Try Me, and I love this. I bought it in a scoop, and I bought it in another scoop that's in the pre-order right now. I love this. This is such a good, yummy, delicious, without being too much peanut butter in your face. This is beautiful brown sugar pound cake, which adds that extra little bakery that's not just birthday cake, and it's not a bread, it's not a strawberry, it's just beautiful sweet bakery with a little bit of peanut butter to give that salty component to it. And this is really, really, really delicious, and one of my favorite blends that I've ever found from L3. Great job on that. Let's see the next vendor I'll talk about here. Okay, I have a couple Destination Wax. I finished up Christmas in Jamaica. Now, why this one made it to my Melt of the Month is this one is balsam fir, orange, grapefruit, pineapple, and cranberry. So you have all those citrus notes going together, plus your balsam fir, this is not scream tree. I mean, yes, you can tell there's pine in this, but it's not a heavy pine. It's not an air freshener bathroom pine scent. This is a great sweet citrus pine that is just, in addition to the cranberry, is really, really well. This is a great blend from Destination Wax, and this is one that I would purchase again from her. The next blend I finished is strawberry seeds, and I've had this in a couple of different ways. I have two bars, and I have a loaf. I think I have a loaf. Maybe I finished it up. This is just sweet and zesty strawberry, and this is just the unmistakable scent of fresh picked strawberries. This one is so good. It's great as a blender. It's great on its own. This is really, really, really good. Great strawberry scent. Let's do Rose Girls. I have 3 Rose Girls. Okay. Peppermint Cookie Land. Why this one made it to my Melts of the Month is this one is just so stinking good. And I mean that in the good way. I love Cookie Land. If you watch my channel, I've said that 100 times. I love Cookie Land. It's so versatile that the cookies, the butterscotch pretzels, and that mixed with peppermint. This is such a good peppermint bakery. This is, I could just eat that. It's so delicious. It's not aromatherapy peppermint. It's a sweet bakery peppermint, but blended with the Cookie Land. That's ingenious, in my opinion. I really, really, really love that scent. I only bought 1 bag of it, so I'm hoarding that one for later use in the year. Next, another scent that made it is Huckleberry Zucchini Bread Cupcakes. I love this one. This is zucchini bread, which I'm a fan of, and I really, really love Jenny's zucchini bread. I melted a whole mini melter bag on its own of zucchini bread, and I love the balance of the spice and the creamy that is in her oil. It's fabulous, in my opinion. So the addition of the huckleberry in here, which is that nice depth of berry, and it's not too blueberry, it's not too blackberry, it's just a beautiful dense berry to my nose. I don't know quite what the cupcakes are here. but it doesn't matter because to me, I only got zucchini bread and the berry. This was excellent. I really like this. I hope it comes back. And last, I told you I like Cookie Land. This was a mini melter bag I had from the Mario Melter sale of Cookie Land. And this is confetti cake, toffee butterscotch pretzels, and cookies. This is so good. It's good on its own. It is good as a blender. This is fabulous. I can't say enough about it. I have a half pie in this also. Okay, I have a couple single vendors here, and then I have some Sassy Girl, of course. This one, Martha and Snoop. This made it to my Melts of the Month for March because this is just so good. This is perfect. This is zucchini bread, vanilla butter fudge, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and brown sugar. Now, brown sugar, you might think, okay, Martha, her blend Martha is, or it might be Martha Stewart. It's zucchini bread, vanilla butter fudge, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. And the Snoop part is the brown sugar, I believe. And I'll tell you, that brown sugar, her brown sugar oil is so good. Brown sugar, don't underestimate it. It's really, really, really a sweet, nice component that it's kind of like if you didn't have it, you would miss it, but you don't really know it's there when you have it, kind of a thing. It just gives something. It's kind of like the umami flavor with foods, you know, mushrooms and earthy things. Even anchovies are considered umami. It just gives you that extra something. You don't really know where it's coming from, but if you didn't have it, you'd miss it. That's my opinion with Martha and Snoop. Excellent blend. I also have this from the Bathing Garden. This is 6 Impossible Things. And this one is, I believe, coffee and cinnamon churros. And I love coffee. I've said that because I had another coffee scent I talked about. I love this because this is such a great, sweet coffee. I didn't get too much churroed per se. I could tell it was a bakery coffee, but this lasted a long time and this threw very well. And this is one I would purchase again. And I know that Bathing Garden, they just have their Wonderland or spring sale, and I didn't buy anything this time because I am already swimming in wax, but I'm looking for this one and a couple of other scents that I know that are coming later in the year. But this one is a great coffee one if you're into coffee scents. Okay, now I have some Sassy Girl I got through this month. Oh, I lied. I have one more L3. It was hiding. I'm sorry. Oregon Autumn. Crisp, clean, and fresh fallen leaves with a hint of rain. And this one is kind of nostalgic for me. Oh, I can still smell it in the bag. This almost has a powdery scent to it to me. This smells like something that I've smelled in my life. I think in my childhood. And I cannot tell you where I've smelled it from. And I can't tell you, even to this day, I've tried to think about where have I smelled this. But it's comforting to me. It's warm. It's cozy. It's powdery, like I said. The crisp clean is just so nice, and the rain, it is really, really, really a good addition to this, because I feel this was part of the Leaves sampler, like Leaves, the Bath and Body Works scent. If this was just leaves in here with a little bit of something, I think it would be too leaf dominant, whereas this one is, the balance is, I'm not getting leaves in this. The crisp clean and the rain is just taking this to a cozy level and something that I love this scent. It's very, very good. I only had the bunt. I haven't bought it in other size. Okay. We have Sassy Girl, Pink Frosted Animal Cookies. This is the original. I know she has a ton of blends with the Frosted Animal Cookies. This is pink frosting, sugar cookie dough, and frosted sugar cookies. This one is fabulous. Oh, that's so good. The oil that she uses for the animal cookie component is spot on. The frosting oil that she uses is so good. I picked this as one of my melts of the month because this just is so versatile. I can blend this with just about anything else in the bakery world and be happy with it. I've had this in blueberry. I've had frosted Froot Loop animal cookies, which I've actually just finished up. I've had, I think blackberry was in her pre-order. It might be sold out now. And I've had pumpkin pie, and there's a couple of more I have had, but this is the original, the mama of them all. This is a wonderful scent. So if you haven't tried the original, this one is really, really good. Really good blend. Next is Brandy's Pistachio. This one will always be in my melts of the month. I love this. This is my favorite pistachio blend from any vendor, and especially of all of Julie's pistachio blends. You know I love pistachio. This is birthday cake, zucchini bread, and pistachio pudding. And this one has a great balance of the zucchini bread and the birthday cake to where you smell it. Yes, you're getting the creaminess of the pistachio, but you're also getting the zucchini bread, and you're also getting the birthday cake, which after about an hour, maybe hour and a half, the pistachio kind of calms down a little bit, and you're left with the creaminess of the zucchini bread and the birthday cake. This one is fabulous. I have a loaf on the way. This is so good. I love that. Love, love. Okay. Oh, here we go. Froot Loop Animal Frosted Cookies. I put this in my pile. I forgot that I had this in my pile, and I only had 2 left in it, so I put it in my bedroom this morning. But yes, Froot Loop Animal Frosted Cookies. This one is Froot Loop frosting, sugar cookie dough, and frosted sugar cookie. And why this one made Melt of the Month is just because I love Froot Loops. And the way that this is balanced with the animal cookie part of it, it's so good. This lasts for probably 8 or 9 hours. It's a great throw. This is a little bit of an older brittle. I've been working on using some older wax, but this one performs just like it was poured. It's so good. I really, really, really like this, and I'm so happy that I was able to snag this. I actually got this in a D-stash last year sometime, and it's so well done. I really, really like this scent. One of my favorite Froot Loops blends that she offers. Next, we have Ihop. Now, I know that this has been offered a few times. I am completely out of Ihop. I only have this brittle, and I didn't buy it. I think it was in a loaf a couple of times ago. I've just been trying to really be good and diligent with not ordering as much or as often, and I'm trying to use what I have before I keep buying and hoarding Sassy Girl stuff, because I do really, Sassy's my favorite vendor of everything, I believe. I have a few that are creeping up into the first place spot. If I'm honest, I have like 3 first place favorite vendors. So, but I do have a lot of love for Ihop. This one is pumpkin pecan waffles, maple syrup and brown sugar, caramel, and coffee. And I wouldn't quite classify this as a coffee scent, even though the coffee is definitely there. It's got the maple, it's got the caramel, it has the pumpkin pecan waffles that just gives that bakery yumminess, that cozy component. But this is one of her best blends. And I think this is even offered in perfume. I don't know if I would buy it in perfume, but that's me. I don't really like smelling like food on my body. I really like it in my home, but not on my body. So this one, I would definitely repurchase this in the future, and I will. I'm just being good right now. This one is a great one. And finally, we have Adam's Beach Party. This is beach nights and strawberry pound cake. And I like strawberry pound cake blended with things. And I love beach nights. I love beach nights. This, I actually purchased this in perfume, and it's coming to me in the future. It's still being made. But this one, yes, it has the strawberry pound cake in it, but her beach nights, whether she has a single oil for it or she has as a set of oils that make this scent up, Julie's Beach Nights is the best that I think exists in the wax world. It's richer, and it has a lot of depth to it, and it's so versatile because it can be blended with just about anything. And she has a ton of beach night blends, and my mission is to try them all eventually. But this one makes the list because I like strawberry pound cake blended with things, and to put it in with beach nights is really, really smart because it just takes it to a more of a bakery than it's just the straight beach nights, which isn't necessarily bakery. It's kind of hard to describe it because it's s'mores and a salty sea air and it's marshmallow, and it's really, really good. And if you like beach nights, I saw on Instagram where Bath & Body Works is bringing it back. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to get some because it's been several years since it's been out. But those are my favorite melts of the month for March. So stay tuned at the end of April, which will be in a few weeks, for my favorite melts for April. So happy Saturday, everyone, and have a good weekend.